Okay, so today we'll be looking at SD debit memos and why we need them in S4HANA. That is best practice 1F1 that we'll be looking at. We'll be touching on some of the roles and apps that you need, and then during the process in demo in SAP, we will create a debit memo request, do the approval, and then create the debit memo. So why do we have SD debit memos? Firstly, it's a billing document created with a reference to a debit memo request or an invoice. Then you debit the customer account for the stated amount in the debit memo request. And we typically create those, for example, if you have not charged the customer enough due to a pricing error. So there is a role for the debit memo in the business. In terms of roles, you'll be looking at SAP BR internal sales rep or SAP BR billing clerk, typically that we use. And the apps, manage debit memo request. Here's the app ID, create billing documents, and then manage billing documents. Okay, so let's do the process in SAP. We will be looking at the manage debit memo request app. Again, you have the standard layout that we usually use. We click on create debit memo request. You enter your document type, DR in this case, sales org, distribution channel division, and you continue. The customer that we're going to use is 171 0003 4 zeros and a 3. Then we enter a customer reference number and date, which is today's date. You press enter. The billing date is determined. The material number that we're going to use is TG, in this case is TG11, trading goods, and then we're going to have a quantity of just 1. Again, everything is determined in the background. All the relevant information that is pulled through, you can look at your pricing. Here's the pricing that is pulled in, etc. Then we have to enter the reason. In this case, we're just going to say damage in transit, and we're going to save. Okay, so that's how we create the debit memo request. Next up, we're going to remove the billing block. So we go back to our document. We just run it. We say this is the billing document that we created. You can change the debit memo request. So the approver will typically go into this document, review, find out why we need this document, and then remove the billing block and save. So this then puts the document in a status that's ready for the actual debit memo creation. So you go to billing processing, and we create the billing document. You can see that we've got 2 debit memo requests here. The one we created, this one just now, and we are going to select it and create the billing document. Now you have to select your billing type, and we are going to look at billing type L2 for debit memos and today's date. And it's creating a temporary document. Again, all the information is pulled in from the debit memo request. You can basically just save it, and it will create a completed document. So now you can go and preview the layout. There's your debit memo, and then you can also review some of the other information. You can work through the tabs if you want to. The accounting data, there's a process flow that is actually shown where you have a debit memo request, debit memo, and accounting documents. And again, you can click on these and it'll give you more detail on, it will show you what the GL accounts are and the amounts posted. So thank you for watching this video about debit memos in SAP. Please like and subscribe for more high quality content about the S4HANA.